Rational epistemology and intelligent design. The burden of evidence in rational epistemology, a defense of intelligent design. In the realm of philosophical inquiry and scientific exploration, rational epistemology insists that no hypothesis is given primacy a priori. This means that every hypothesis, whether it be naturalistic or design-based, must bear the burden of evidence. No theory or explanation should be assumed to be true without the necessary support from evidence and rational justification. Here, I will discuss how this principle applies to the debate between naturalistic evolution and intelligent design, ID, focusing on the bacterial flagellum as an example and demonstrating why intelligent design is a rational abductive inference to the best explanation. 1. The principle of rational epistemology. No hypothesis gets a free pass. The foundational principle of rational epistemology is that every hypothesis must be examined and justified by evidence. This contrasts sharply with any approach that assumes the truth of one hypothesis without considering alternatives or requiring the same level of evidential support for competing explanations. The idea is simple. In any investigation, whether it concerns the origin of life, the formation of the universe, or the behavior of subatomic particles, each hypothesis must be tested against the available data and be open to scrutiny. This method of inquiry applies equally to both naturalistic and design-based explanations of biological complexity. Atheists or proponents of random evolutionary processes often assume that naturalistic explanations should be given preference by default, placing the entire burden of proof on proponents of intelligent design. This is a fundamental violation of rational epistemology. Every hypothesis, whether it posits unguided natural mechanisms or an intelligent cause, must equally bear the burden of evidence. Neither can claim primacy without justification. 2. The atheist claim. Random chance and the bacterial flagellum. Let's consider the bacterial flagellum, a microscopic motor found in certain bacteria that enables them to move. This flagellum is composed of multiple interdependent parts, all of which must work together for the system to function. Intelligent design proponents show that this system is an example of irreducible complexity, a structure that cannot be simplified by removing any of its components without losing functionality. Therefore, the step-by-step gradual processes described by Darwinian evolution are insufficient to explain the flagellum's origin. Many atheists or proponents of naturalism argue that the bacterial flagellum could have arisen through random mutations or unguided evolutionary processes. However, if an atheist posits that the bacterial flagellum arose by random chance or purely naturalistic mechanisms, the burden of evidence is on them to demonstrate that such a mechanism actually did create the flagellum. It is not enough to simply claim that a naturalistic process is possible. They must provide biochemical molecular evidence and rational justification that the flagellum did evolve step by step through random mutations and natural selection. The naturalist must explain how each intermediate stage of the flagellum, before the entire motor was functional, could have conferred a survival advantage to the organism. Without empirical evidence or a detailed functional and selectable stepwise biochemical molecular evolutionary pathway, the claim that the flagellum arose by random chance does not meet the rigorous standards of rational inquiry. This means that the atheist or naturalist cannot simply assume that their hypothesis is true without providing the necessary evidence to support it. 3. Intelligent design as a rational abductive inference to the best explanation. In contrast, intelligent design offers a rational, evidence-based explanation for the origin of the bacterial flagellum and other complex systems in biology. Intelligent design argues that certain features of life are best explained by the activity of an intelligent cause, rather than by unguided, random processes. ID employs abductive reasoning, which is the process of inferring the best explanation for a set of observations. Abductive reasoning is a standard method in science, used to infer the existence of not directly observable entities based on their effects. For example, we infer the existence of electrons, protons, and quarks by observing the effects they produce in experimental settings, even though we cannot directly observe these particles. Similarly, proponents of intelligent design look at the complexity, functionality, and information-rich structures of biological systems and infer that the best explanation for these features is intelligence. The bacterial flagellum is a highly efficient molecular motor that operates with machine-like precision. Based on our knowledge of causality, systems that exhibit such specified complexity, where multiple parts work together for a functional purpose, are the product of intelligent design. In our everyday experience, whenever we observe systems that have complex interdependent parts working toward a functional end, whether in human-designed machines or codes, we attribute their existence to an intelligent cause. We do not conclude that these systems arose by random chance. For instance, if we found a functioning watch on the beach, we would not assume that natural processes of wind and erosion created it. Rather, we would infer the presence of a designer. Therefore, the abductive inference to intelligent design as the best explanation for the bacterial flagellum follows the same logic we use in other scientific contexts. The complexity, organization, and purposefulness observed in biological systems point to an intelligent cause. 4. The burden of evidence in intelligent design and naturalism. As we have seen, the claim that random chance or unguided processes produce the bacterial flagellum is a hypothesis that must bear its own burden of evidence. Naturalists must demonstrate that such processes are capable of generating the kind of irreducible complexity seen in the flagellum. They must provide step-by-step, testable, selectable biochemical molecular evolutionary pathways and show how each intermediate form was advantageous to survival. On the other hand, intelligent design bears its own burden of evidence by providing arguments based on observable facts. ID proponents point to the specified complexity and purposeful arrangement of parts in biological systems and argue that these features are best explained by intelligent causation. This is not an appeal to ignorance, i.e., we don't know, therefore design, but rather an inference to the best explanation based on our experience and understanding of how complex systems come into being. In addition to the flagellum, intelligent design arguments extend to other areas of biology, cosmology, and physics, such as the fine-tuning of the universe and the information content in DNA. In all these cases, ID argues that intelligent causation is the best explanation for the observed features of the natural world. 5. Conclusion. Rational epistemology and the case for intelligent design. In rational epistemology, no hypothesis, whether it be naturalistic or design-based, can claim primacy without evidence. Both naturalistic evolution and intelligent design must be evaluated based on the available data, and both must bear the burden of proof. If atheists or naturalists claim that complex biological systems like the bacterial flagellum arose through random chance, they must provide evidence to substantiate that claim. Speculative assertions without detailed biochemical molecular testable selectable evolutionary pathways or empirical support do not meet the standards of rational inquiry. Conversely, intelligent design is a rational abductive inference to the best explanation. It uses the same reasoning method that scientists use to infer the existence of non-observable entities, such as subatomic particles, based on their effects. By examining the complexity, specified information, and purposeful arrangement of biological systems, intelligent design concludes that intelligence is the best rational cause for these features. The debate between naturalistic evolution and intelligent design is not one in which one side gets to assert its conclusions without scrutiny. Both sides must engage with the evidence, and when we do so, we find that intelligent design provides a compelling explanation for the origin of life and the structure of the universe. It stands on firm philosophical and scientific ground, requiring serious consideration as the best explanation for the existence of the biosphere and the universe. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and comment below if you agree or would like to add your thoughts. If you would like me to respond to your comment, please make a level 1 comment directly below the video. I will respond to all polite level 1 comments even if it takes me a while, due to other commitments.